What's up, guys? It's your boy Elusives, and today we're going to be talking about Gears of War Reloaded and my thoughts on it, why Gears of War UE is being remastered, uh, uh, thoughts on crossplay, potentially ruining Gears of War for PC players, easy anti-cheat, and hardware bans for cheaters, uh, and talking about a couple other things. So, when I played the beta, during the beta access. I think it was in June or I think it was in June. Remind me in the comments if I'm correct on that. Um, and when I played the beta, it was actually not that bad. I didn't have any crashing. I thought it ran smoothly, which is a shocker given that it is on a modified UE3 engine. UE3 means Unreal Engine 3, in case if you don't know about that. But Gears of War Reloaded actually ran smoothly, and to me that's a big plus. I like that. I liked how I didn't have any crashes, how everything ran finally, except for a couple of things. First things first was when I went to go play with friends. I couldn't play with friends because it would just back me out, and sometimes I'd have to restart my game. They would have to restart their game, and trying to play with your friends and whatnot, and trying to get lobbies was trying to get games was really hard. But when you got into the game, it was actually quite fun, which I liked. I like the fact that my matches weren't really sweaty. There was a variety, and that was on day one. But when day two came around, my oh my, did things take a massive 360 or 180. Um, I was going up against basically the same players, and here's a couple reasons why. In the game, there is you can toggle on crossplay, um, and I understand the reason why behind it, but I think it comes down to the anti-cheat system needing to be improved. It needs a buff. It needs a buff. And I really hope that TC takes time to to make sure that their easy anti-cheat system works. And I'm not talking. And please do not get right. Like the anti-cheat system that Call of Duty uses that like Ricochet. Do not get that. Okay. But I want a really good easy anti-cheat system, and I want hardware bans for PC players, because PC players, they can use a lot of things. They can use Cronus Zen. So can console players. Console players can also cheat. And to me, it wasn't really like it really cut down and the reason why I'm mentioning this is mainly because there's three toggles for crossplay. You can have it on, you can have it off, or you can have it set to console only. This is a big issue for PC players. The first thing, the reason being is that if every single console player, and I know there's going to be a couple that are going to be trying to do this, um, it's going to make a massive difference in player retention for Gears of War Reloaded, because there's a lot of PC players out there that are going to play the game on Steam, Xbox PC Game Pass, you know, a lot of thing, a lot of PC players are going to try to play the game. They can't do that if every single console player has their crossplay set to console only, and I see that as a big issue. I understand the reason why they have that, but I really hope that if the easy anti cheat system works, then they need to force crossplay. And I know that's going to give me a lot of flack. All right, I'm going to get a lot of flack for saying that, mainly because there's a lot of people that don't want like PC players. They always think they're hackers, and I understand. I've been called a hacker before. And guess what? Guess what I use? I use a controller. I don't use anything. I don't use anything else. I use a GameSir, and that's what and that's what Domes uses. And he's on PC as well, and that's what a lot of people on PC use. They don't really use MNK or anything like that. Um, so yeah, with crossplay. So that's kind of why I can see uh, crossplay being a big issue for this game, and hopefully they just remove that option and force crossplay. But they need to seriously improve the easy anti-cheat system. I beg of them. I don't like dealing with cheaters, and I'm a PC player. I hate cheaters. I really like. I understand the issue. Like I understand how console players feel like. I have a console and I've played on console before, and it's not fun, going up against something that you can't handle. And so, um, with all that being said, I really hope TC takes their time, because if the easy anti-cheat system isn't working, then keep crossplay optional. But if they fix it, remove that, you know. And enforce hardware bans. I tried I was actually when I was streaming the beta, a dev came into my stream and asked for for feedback and whatnot, and I gave them a lot of feedback. I told them about the crossplay situation. I told them about make sure that the easy anti cheat system works, and that get IP bans. And I try to enforce IP, like I try to get them to use IP bans, but the issue is like VPNs exist. There's NordVPN. There's a bunch of VPNs out there that players can use, and that changes their IP and whatnot. And you know, it makes it hard for them to enforce these bans if there's a bunch of VPNs out there, and that they can change all of their the servers and whatnot, and the server IP and stuff like that. And I was understanding of that, but I did it's highly important for their easy anti cheat system to work, especially at launch, because I don't think PlayStation players will like console players cheating against them too, which it is possible. It's just probably significantly a little bit harder, but it still is possible. Which brings us to our next point. Why is Gears of War UE being remastered? Now, I see two sides of this. I'm gonna, be fair on this. I'm not happy about Gears of War UE being remastered twice. Preferably, I would have loved Gears of War 2 to be remastered, because that's one that everyone fundamentally wants to be remastered. That or 3, or have both of them remastered. Um, but I also get the other side, which is bring in PlayStation players, and get them swelled in with all the Gears of War content and whatnot. If they never played Gears of War before, it's a good game for them to start on. It's simple, it's bare bones, and it just makes a lot of sense. But I still wish that Gears of War 2 was remastered. Everyone loved that game. I love Gears of War 2. I love Gears of War 3. I really hope that they remaster those games in the future, as well as Judgment. I know I'm gonna get flack for that by the community. Uh, um, no, I'm just kidding. But I really hope that they know do that in the future. And one of the things that I also think definitely needs to be in the game is a horde and beast mode, because if PvP isn't going to, player versus player isn't going to work, they need to have something like, either have horde mode, beast mode, or something, something relaxing for them besides just campaign. I don't think people are going to be playing campaign that much. Uh, for Gears of War Reloaded, except for probably at launch. But after that, after they're done with the campaign, some will go for insane. I'll go for insane as always, because well, it's just fairly easy for me. And but I want there to be an extra mode that I can play and just have a relaxed time with friends, and not have to you know feel pain every single time I go to play Gears of War Reloaded. Um, So I really hope that they incorporate a PvE playlist for the casual fans, for the people that want a little bit more relaxed with time. And I think that would help out with player retention, in case multiplayer it just isn't that person's cup of tea. All right. Uh, now now my final point that I will make, that is quite negative, is I really wish Gears of War Reloaded was using UE5. because I imagine if Gears of War Reloaded or Gears of War E-Day is coming around next year, that they should be relatively done with their Unreal Engine 5. I mean, most people have it incorporated into the games now, so it's not like I imagine they're probably working on the game right now. Um, why couldn't they use this game as an engine test game, to test out UE5? I really wish that they, basically said, you know what, we're gonna make this game a test game so that way for E Day we know how to iron out the kinks and we can deliver a really, really, really good game because they're taking a big risk with this. I'm not gonna lie, they're taking a big risk with Reloaded, they're next year they're coming out with E Day, and that's a huge risk. That's two Gears of War games that we like like one remaster of remaster, and then we actually get a new title, uh, another prequel to Gears of War, and they really need to they really need to step up their game if they want the Gears of War scene to continue to come back, because right now most of the community members, they're fed up with Gears 5. I don't even play the game that much. Uh, but except for when BFL does his beers and gears and stuff like that, and that's dependent upon if I'm, you know, you know if I have enough energy for that. Uh, so yeah, I really hope that I really are like so yeah. But the good things about Reloaded, I will say this: I am glad that PS players are coming into the game. Bring in more people. Absolutely, broaden the game pool. Besides, PC players versus console play. For versus Xbox players. I love that. I would love not having the same five guys that I go up against every day. And you know, I'm glad about that. I'm also glad that they made it to where PC works for the game. I don't in that I'm able to find lobbies. You know, I just that I was able to find lobbies during the beta. I just really hope they you know work on that easy and cheat. That to me is like the biggest thing, because a lot of people are fed up with the cheaters. I'm fed up with the cheaters, and I just want this game to really you know I want this game to be good and actually give us, something to play and enjoy. Um, so yeah, another good point is that recoil, or like screen shake is not being in the game. I'm up for that. I'm down for that. But I will say this: it does come with a big old but. Uh, During the beta, that when I was playing it, if you removed screen shake from the game, it would actually remove recoil on every single gun. So basically, your gun would just shoot straight, and if you had T-bow, you're not missing. You will have to work to miss, or blind fire it or something like that. But other than that, you're not getting any recoil, buddy. You can get shot at, and your character won't flinch or anything like that, or go up. With the long shot, it's just basically a one, it can be a one shot down for some people, and yeah, it's insane on the weapon tuning, or it's insane on certain weapons. So they definitely need to change that. That I will say is my last crap about it. But yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just trying to give out constructive criticism. That is the point of these videos, and that is the point. That's the point when I make with these certain videos. On my thoughts. I want the game to be good. I love this game. I love this franchise. I've been playing it for 10+ years. So, uh, I had I don't want to leave this franchise at all. I want to be able to play. By the time I'm in my 50s. All right. So, TC, please take this sincerely. I'm trying to give y'all constructive criticism. I'm not trying to be mean or anything like that. You guys did a good job with the beta in terms of the actual server stability. It didn't crash on me once, which I was very, very happy about. I didn't have to worry about my game crashing after 6 hours, because when I played Gears 5, you you crash after 6 hours of playing, and I don't have to worry about that. So yeah, but do a good job on this game and bang out E-Day. You know, peace out, everyone. Love you. Bye.